Hello everybody, I'm Moldy West, and this is Escape from Ever After once again. In the last episode, we were betrayed. Tinder turns out to have sold us out to Mr. Moon, but then she went and came back and saved us and made up for it, and that's bread. No, that's... I don't want to... Yeah, there. Puzzle after recap. Anyway, Tinder saved our asses from a superpowered Mr. Moon after he took off with our Lexi chip and we found a tattered book in his office, which I can only assume is Goodnight Moon. It just feels like that's what it is. It is imperative that the carrot is somewhere to the left of the pumpkin. Oh, and there should be exactly one item between bread and carrot. Okay. The bread should not be on either edge of the display, and the cheese should be directly next to it. Okay, so bread doesn't go on the end, and it has cheese next to it. Make sure the beet is somewhere between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. And the fish must be at one of the ends of the display. One of these puzzles. I don't necessarily hate these puzzles, but I don't like them either. Anyway, smack that block, and I don't see how that... Wait, that'll be a thing after we lower that bridge and get the mouse across. That's a fish! It's fishy! Now let's just find the rest of these vegetables and other foods that ain't just sweets and coffee. I do see pumpkin up there, but I see no way of getting to pumpkin. Note, the village gate will be open once the farmer's market is ready to begin. Great. So how do I get pumpkin? How do I get over there to hit that button? Hey, there's a clock. I do vaguely recall reading a memo about its hands not moving, but it does show something. The answer is frozen in time, it said. Not fully sure what that means, but I'll probably know it when I sees it. And that says, like... Oh, wait a minute, I think I know what it is. You're saying that it's 4:30. You're saying the time is 4:30. That's gotta be the combination to that lock we seen. And I jokingly entered 4:20 because weed number and funny memes and shit, blah, blah, blah. But I was just super close to actually being right. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? 4:30. The door unlocked, yep. I was astonishingly close when I entered the weed number. Anyway, give me that beat. Nothing beats this. You proud of that, Pud? Are you proud of that? Oop, that's goop in my taint. Got some of that tainty taint goop goop in my taint hole. Anyway, this over here looks like a pair of boots, but it must be the cheese. Wait a goddamn second. Can I... Yeah, I could just do that. Okay, that is a pair of boots, because it's a trinket. And the cheese is in the mouse hole. That's what the fucking note was saying. All enemy attacks have a chance to be dodged. Alright. And there's the cheese. Okay. I'm learning things. My brain be a bit less bad than it was just a couple episodes ago. But I'm still not seeing any way of reaching that button there. Goop. Now, if I were to lower... Wait. Can you pound that block into the... No. Shit. If I was to lower that block somehow, then I'd be able to seal swim my way across and push that boat and use it to jump over to that little button island. Hey, I saw Sun back here. Well, alright. So, yeah, that doesn't exactly help me. I mean, I can still hop in the boat, but I can't push it without being a seal. I gotta arf my way through the water, and I can't go... Oh, wait, I can just swim around it. Durr! Here I was thinking I had to get that block out of the way. But, anyway, unseal, and now we button. Just, yep, need patches to push it. There we go, that's the bridge lowered. Now we can get that mouse all shroomy with it over here on this side. Smash that block, don't let the mouse scurry away. Wrong character. Damn it! Come on back, you little rodent. And there we go. Shaboing. And that is a pumpkin, a spooky vegetable. So that means bread. There are 6 plates. How many of these farmer's market items do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. No, I counted the key. There's 5. I got all the things. Now we gotta figure out which order to put them in. Bread should not be on either side, and the cheese should be directly next to it. Okay, the beet is somewhere between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. And the fish must be at one of the ends. So, hang on. Beet between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. So, fish has to be at the end. I feel like this is where the fish should be. I should probably move the bread, but let's just, for all intents and purposes, assume the bread is where it needs to be. Bread should not be on either end, and the cheese must be next to it. And the cheese and the pumpkin should be... The beet is between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. Now, where does cheese go relative to bread? The carrot is somewhere to the left of the pumpkin, and there should be exactly 1 item between bread and carrot. So, yeah, carrot left of pumpkin, and 1 thing between bread and carrot. So that means... God damn it, I need to read that again, but pumpkin there for the moment. Carrot left of pumpkin, and 1 thing between bread and carrot. Alright, so, damn it, let's just empty all the plates. That's all the plates emptied. Stupid goop. God damn it. Go down, please. Now, all of the notes are right here. 3 notes. The bread should not be on either edge, and the cheese should be next to it. The beet is between the cheese and the bread, but not between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. And the fish must be at the end. So, let's put the fish here. That seems right. And carrot left of pumpkin, and 1 thing between bread and carrot. So, bread and cheese. The cheese just don't go right next to bread. Now, if we put the bread there, then carrot left of pumpkin, 1 item between bread and carrot. And it can't be the cheese, so you're the pumpkin. And 1 item between bread and cheese. And the carrot's gotta be left of the pumpkin. And then the beet. I must have done something wrong. Beet somewhere between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. Okay, so the beet goes between cheese and pumpkin. Yeah. But not next to the bread. Which means the cheese must be over here. And wait, the carrot is somewhere to the left of the pumpkin. So does that mean pumpkin here and beet go here? Fuck. Oh, the cheese has to be right next to the bread. That's what it is. So... that? No. Carrot left of pumpkin, check. And one thing between bread and carrot. Oh. So... I think I see the answer now. Fish needs to go here. One thing between the bread and the carrot. And the carrot has to be left of the pumpkin, which means the pumpkin has to go here. The carrot needs to be right here next to the cheese, and the fucking beet goes there. Am I wrong? I'm probably wrong. Beet goes between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. So, that's the thing. Beet goes between cheese and pumpkin, but not next to the bread, so... And it said the beet has to be left of the carrot. One item between bread and carrot. So... fuck me. Bread should not be on either edge, cheese next to it. Alright, that's a check. And the beet goes between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. So, if I was to beet here, pumpkin there, and carrot? Fuck. No, that's wrong. Bread doesn't go at the end. Cheese goes next to it. Yes, check. The beet is between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. Yeah, beet's between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread, so that's a check. And then you said fish has to be at the end. Also check. Which means I gotta switch two of these things around at least. The carrot is somewhere to the left of the pumpkin. Okay, I see it. I see it now. I think I see it anyway. So carrot goes here, fish goes there. And that's still wrong somehow. What am I doing wrong here? You're not gonna open until I get this right. Beet between cheese and pumpkin, but not next to the bread. Fish at the end. Yeah, fish at the end. Beet between cheese and pumpkin, but not next to bread. And the carrot is somewhere left of the pumpkin, which it is. So, one item between bread and carrot. Oh. So I see, if we were to move you... Wait! No, that's wrong. Carrot must be left of the pumpkin, but... one item between the cheese and the bread. Is that what it said? I forget. And too many notes at once. Beet between the cheese and pumpkin, but not next to the bread. Fish must be at the end, and this is the one that says the thing. The carrot is left of the pumpkin, and one item between the bread and the carrot. So yeah. Beet, so, wait, God, brain work, please, now! Bread not at the end, cheese next to it. Yes, that is done. Beet somewhere between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. So, carrot's gotta be left, and if that means... I'm pretty sure that's the answer here, but... I think I might have this. So fish has to be at the end. This is the only place that it fits. And then you say the beet is somewhere between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. And the fish has to be at the end. Yeah, the fish is at the end. Bread does not go on the end, so bread has to go here. And then the cheese here. And now was it the carrot goes left of the pumpkin, and one thing between bread and carrot. So you have to be the pumpkin, carrot goes here, and then the beet. That isn't right still. Carrot is left of the pumpkin, check. One thing between bread and carrot, also check. The bread should not be at the end, check. And the cheese next to it, check. And the beet between the cheese and the pumpkin, shit, that's the part that I fucked up, but not next to the bread. Fish at the end, check. Beet goes between cheese and pumpkin, so... Cheese, pumpkin, beet has to be between the cheese and the pumpkin. So if we put the cheese here, the bread there, and the beet... How is that still wrong? Carrot left of pumpkin, yes. One thing between bread and carrot. Fuck. So... maybe you pumpkin here. The cheese needs to be directly next to the bread. So maybe the cheese goes on this end. And the bread. And then the beet needs to be between the bread and the pumpkin, but... wait, no. Beet needs to be between the cheese and the pumpkin. Yeah, somewhere between cheese and pumpkin, but not next to bread. Which means the beet probably goes here, pumpkin there, and carrot. So, where is this still wrong? Carrot is left of pumpkin, yes. One thing between bread and carrot. Okay. So if... Okay. No, not the carrot, the bread. And then the cheese here and the carrot there, but the beet can't be next to the bread. So one thing between the bread and the carrot, so that's gotta be the cheese, and the carrot here, and beet on the end with one thing between the thing and the cheese, right? Or did it need the bread? Somewhere between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. Fuck! So, you bread go here, and cheese there, and the carrot left of pumpkin, one thing between the... I swear I had it in this exact order before, and this is fucking annoying! Fuck, it's one item between the bread and the carrot. So, maybe beet goes here, and bread there. It did say one item needed to be between the beet and the bread, or one item between the bread and the carrot. Yeah, so that's a check. Carrot is left of the pumpkin, yes. Bread not on the edge, cheese next to it, yes. The beet is somewhere between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. God damn it! And fucking... let's... cheese, bread, and beet. So... fucking... beet between the cheese and the pumpkin, but not next to the bread. Damn it! So if we switch these two around, would that be the correct answer? But no, because we need exactly one item between the bread and the pumpkin, And that leaves us with 2 things, and fucking hate puzzle! Hate! There we fucking go, finally! God damn! I take back what I said about not hating that kind of puzzle. I fucking hate that kind of puzzle now. Please never ever make me do that sort of thing again. Jesus. Titty fucking Christ, I am on my way to save the game because I never want to have to do that again. I hate having to use my damn brain. Now we can get the fuck up on out of here and keep on chasing after Mr. Moon. And I'm just now thinking there might have been another save point beyond that gate, but there might also be a really difficult boss fight that I'm not quite ready for, and then I'll get my ass stomped. And then I'll have to redo that goddamn puzzle, even knowing the answer. I still don't want to go through it again. Nah. Now let's just see what we're dealing with. Over here. Yep, there's a save point and a heal machine. Now let's get Wolfgang out. I feel like he's gonna be useful here. Just a hunch. And yep, looks like the end of the road. There you are, Mr. Moon and Starla. You made it. I expected you'd be coming for me. Do you know where we are? Do you have any idea yet? This is the storybook I come from, Starla 2. This is our homeworld. Beautiful, right? At least it used to be.
Mr. Moon, what happened here? Why does your storybook look like this?
This place. Once it was a picture book for children. A gentle bedtime tale set in a quiet little hamlet. Each night the townsfolk would whisper their good nights and their dreams would drift upward, watched over by the moon and the stars. Watched over by me and Starla, the love of my life. But one day, the void appeared. A creeping, black nothingness that gradually started swallowing our world bit by bit. Our village was getting smaller and dimmer, the void threatening everything we hold dear. This used to be the most beautiful spot to look over the valley. Now only the small sliver of the night sky remains. You see, friends, this is what happens when a storybook is no longer read. As the readers forget, the story begins to forget itself too. Wait, what do you mean?
The storybooks are willed to life by the imaginations of their readers. But when stories stop being read, well, they simply fade away, ceasing to exist.
We love this place. Keeping the night sky lit, watching over our beloved neighbors. It was a joy, an honor to keep watch over the village each night, high above it all. But alas, our story wasn't cherished as others were. As folks stopped reading our humble story, as the pages were no longer turned, our world began to fade away. You see, Ever After Ink came to us when our world was on the brink. Just as it seemed we'd all vanish for good, they offered us a way out, a future. They gave everyone a place in their company, and they saved our lives from the void. I owe them everything. They remembered us when nobody else could. So tell me, Flint, you'd bring down Ever After Ink, knowing that without it, bridges between storybooks would no longer be possible? Would you really let their quieter tales, the ones not lucky enough to be as loved as yours, slip away into the void?
Hey,
maybe one day the adventures of Flint Buckler will stop being read. Maybe your world will start to fade, just like mine did. What then?
you have our sympathy, Mr. Moon, but Ever After ink is a poison. Subjecting all of us storybook characters to corporate slavery is not a solution. Ever After ink took my body and my home. There's gotta be another way to save your story, to save all the stories fading away.
This is just life, kid. Sometimes you have to suck up and do the work you don't want to do. We weren't just gonna be able to keep living in these storybook fantasies forever.
Look, Mr. Moon, just give us the Lexichip you took from us, and we'll be on our way. We know your shield tech is busted now, and that means we can do some real damage to you if we have to.
No. I will protect my family at all costs. So if you want to jeopardize everything I love, then you'll have to come take it from me. Starla, my love, are you ready?
Yes, I'll try my best.
Well, that best is gonna have to wait until the next episode, because I'm all out of time for this one. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.